And this is pacing while you see another body. They're pacing together. And that demon got out of a vehicle where impossible light activity is dragging on the ground, where that demon drives underneath what is the fake sun, under what is engineered light, not sunlight, with no license plate. Demons anticipating being documented, and everybody else is still going to federal prison. Okay. If you'll recall, Alfredo was group stalking at the front desk. And as I walk out of this same entrance at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the fake sun is still at the same location. It's just on this side of my person. That's a demon that's crossing paths. 6HDZ390. And impossible light is in front on the side of the building. That's a demon that's group stalking in concert with minor children. Is there something I can help you with? That's a demon that knows exactly she's being documented, looking alarmed. Oh, is there something? Are you looking? And she's here to group stalk. That's the mental illness of the violent sex offenders inclined to have sex with minor children. All right, keeping a woman under surveillance, group stalking, by the way, while they drive underneath my hotel room. Remember, when they're driving in the environment, they're crossing path, they're group stalking, and so are they when they're on Palmdale. And you cannot hear that traffic inside of a hotel. Those are demons that intentionally engage in that, and proudly so. While a population keeps you under surveillance, while your genitalia is exposed in a demonic environment with malice, knowledgeable about everything that's occurring on your phone, on a communication device, on the venue of the internet, while demons inside of the hotel are walking in a hotel that has your shadows on both sides of the wall. That's not the product of sunlight. It's also not the product of any artificial light. Sunlight is not that which is going to bounce off of the windows and appear flat on the ground. The light activity where you saw what is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 8 hours from now, the fake sun is still here at the entrance as a matter of video documentation, where the people of the state, the violent sex offenders who are group stalking in California, license 9CMN681, a violent sex offender, and that's exactly how they're going to be prosecuted, while the entity is engaged in an ongoing agenda to maintain criminal elements of monitoring. And where you see crossing path more than once, you're recognizing what are demons who are pacing. License 9NMX029, a population that's engaging in surveillance together in the specific environment. That's intent to do so by a population. And this is what Randy German and the demons of the Victoria Police Department are engaging in together. Okay, and they're doing so in concert with minor children. They're doing so under the guise of a company name such as Holiday Inn, and they're doing so while of the very same identical condition, that is demon possession. Only demons are engaging in the pattern of conduct of federal group stalking and monitoring, by the way. Only demons are engaged in the pattern of conduct with regard to driving in the shade and engineered light, ricocheting and moving all across the building. That's a very specific pattern of conduct. In addition to that, the fact that at 8 hours from now, the fake sun is at the same location. This is demonic pacing. And he's going to federal prison, by the way. DK96G40. He's a criminal staying at the hotel, and so are all the criminals working at the hotel. They're all going to federal prison. The entity is maintaining this presence, and as you can see the demons pacing, this is surveillance, not traffic. And they're demons also, engaging in surveillance as a public entity. Those that are inclined to have sex with minor children, I'm going to continue to repeat that because the people of the state are violent sex offenders keeping a woman under surveillance in a hotel room. When my panties are down, when I'm engaged in any, when I'm physically indisposed, engaged in any personal private activity, Victor Valley Transit and every other demon inside of all these buildings, group stalking in planes and helicopters are all aware of it. That is still audible activity that you're not going to hear in a hotel. Those are demons, and that's amplification under the fake sun, and it's the intention to do so while they're listening to me speak the truth about their predisposition to engage in sexual violence. And that demon was monitoring the whole time. Again, 9NMX029, a sex offender, and that's exactly how they're going to be prosecuted. All right, here's my shadow right here underneath the bushel, impossible light activity, and here's my shadow right here. This is the entity, again, that's not even the sun, that would still be here at the same entrance 8 hours from now. All right, let's count again. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 8 hours where Alfredo is group stalking, working at the venue under the fake sun that's at the same entrance. And the fake sun is so low that it's ricocheting off of the building. Oh, and that's the cause of creating your shadow underneath a bushel. Okay, while the people of the state are demons amplifying audible activity, which they know what it is that you're stating. Those are demons crossing path over and over again. A demon crossing path at the 76 gas station. A demon with light activity in the path. 76 is engaging in the pattern of conduct. They're going to be prosecuted civilly and criminally for sexual violence, for terrorism, and for acting on behalf and in concert with the state. That is the demons at the Victorville Police Department, which, by the way, is the department that is up for disbanding for engaging in a pattern of kidnapping while engaging in state surveillance. It's currently 8:52 a.m. While I'm laying in my bed, which you all should know about these demons who are intentionally group stalking with the state, which is terrorism in the United States. The entity is engaging in what is group stalking, walking around, driving in the parking lot, working at the front desk, eating at the bar, all while they're maintaining the elements of monitoring inside of a hotel room. And the demonic is occurring while the bed is shaking, just like I documented at La Quinta Inn. The entity is engaged in ongoing terrorism while demons are hostile, while demons are exhibiting hostile through amplification, through ongoing demonic pacing. That's not traffic. You are understanding and translating the demonic environment and the demonic behaviors, which are going to convert into federal charges based on the mental illness of demon possession, where you are stalking a stranger, because that's what demons are doing when they're group stalking in the United States. They're doing so on behalf of the corrupt government. All right, and they're doing so with malice. Holiday Inn shall be civilly prosecuted because it is also a violation of law to profit, or while you are group stalking on behalf of the government, and sexual violence is facilitated while doing so. Driving under the fake sun that you see at 1:47, 1:46 in the afternoon, right over the top of my hotel building, that's also the other angle where you're looking at, under all circumstances, not the sun, the malice with which sex offenders are driving in this parking lot and walking all in this parking lot. They're group stalking in plain view. And they're all going to federal prison. Every single last one of them. The sun, again, it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 hours from now. It's documented on video right over the top of my window. And under no circumstances is the sun that's outside of the building, that's would be above us, and not so low that it's hovering along adjacent to the third floor of this hotel, is going to create, while I'm on the fourth floor, sunlight underneath the closed blinds of this venue, reaching onto across the carpet up onto the bed. That's impossible light activity. Again, the demonic, while demons are stalking in the path. All of this venue is engaged, and by venue I mean every business, every establishment, every third party that's crossing path in traffic, stopping at the gas station, getting a macchiato from Starbucks, group stalking and going and lifting weights at the barbell, going to the market, the liquor store across the street. They're all group stalking. This is a community's crime. And the corrupt demons of the CHP are right on Amargosa Road, group stalking. The demons that are group stalking the San Bernardino Probation Department are right here, feet away, group stalking. San Bernardino County has an adoption center, by the way. The demon possessed should not be engaged in any maintenance of custody of minor children, letting sex offenders adopt them, by the way. They're group stalking feet away, and so are the demons of the Victorville Police Department. That's where Randy German, a terrorist leader, and all the rest of those demons who you saw group stalking by helicopter, the indicator, by the way, of also group stalking and monitoring, and the demon possessed are fully exposed by way of their condition and their criminal engagement with intention and knowledge in the specific environment where the fake sun is rising and setting at one hotel. Okay, 8 o'clock in the morning is what you see now. You saw 4 o'clock in the afternoon right here, and you saw 1:45 in the afternoon right above my hotel room window. Every single last demon that you saw that I'm documenting by license plate is intentionally engaged in a sex offense on video, which is the documentation of impunity that is imputed to the entire entity. The entity acts through one, speaks through one, and speaks through all at the same time while group stalking is underway. And it's simultaneously exposing the government who's group stalking, requiring the criminal engagement by the population. That is what is so unintelligent about working at a facilitating venue, such as the demons you hear on podcasts and the ones you see in images. That was a housekeeper group stalking somebody. All right, and Holiday Inn is going to compensate for that sexual violence and for that criminal facilitation for corrupt police departments to engage in murdering and kidnapping me, because that's why government is group stalking you. It is currently 8:56 a.m. This is P.O.C. This is surveillance, just sitting in the vehicle, just listening. All right, there is no thing such as Black Lives Matter. The likes of this is what's claiming that Black Lives Matter in California, while they're group stalking with corrupt law enforcement agencies and engineer light drags behind the vehicle. 9NMX029 is a sex offender, a threat to children, a threat to the vulnerable in society, in other words, a threat to himself, and also a threat to the general public. And such sexual violence is going to be a part of that which people are informed of when they're prosecuted for domestic terrorism in the U.S. This is what they're doing. They're group stalking as a society while I'm laying in my bed and I'm asleep under what is a fake sun that stays over this hotel all day long, while demons are pacing in and out, group stalking, and in the hallway of in the entirety of the hotel, rather, because artificial light doesn't cause your shadow to be on both sides of your person, just like sunlight doesn't cause your shadow to appear underneath a bushel and also in front of you. That's not sunlight. That's not the sun. And it's also impossible light activity. That is a specific environment. That is Holiday Inn's intentional engagement in the pattern of conduct, which is also demonic. Everyone staying in this hotel is going to federal prison. Everyone. Everybody that I documented group stalking with the Victorville Police Department while the entity flew over my head in helicopter, the Hallmark. They're all going to federal prison. And what you hear is amplification, which you cannot hear inside of a hotel. The entity is surrounding me with amplified audible activity so that a community can commit the perpetual sex offense, obsessed with my genitalia while group stalking me. The entity is engaging in what is the maintenance of engineer light inside of that hotel while they are obsessively engaged in group stalking, obsessed with my genitalia while group stalking me. The entity is maintaining relevant positioning, pacing all over the place like the bunch of mentally ill sex offenders that they are. Only the demon-possessed are group stalking, and it includes the California Highway Patrol. It includes the corrupt law enforcement agencies who are actually exposed as being truly terrorist organizations, not law enforcement agencies who are engaging in a demonic pattern of conduct designed to criminally keep one under surveillance, masquerading as having authority under the law while they're group stalking with the demon-possessed population who are the people of the state. The average person that you're looking at in the state of California is a violent sex offender, because that's what's group stalking. Whether they have an existing criminal record under natural law or not, group stalking is that which is the entire state is engaging in, and you can identify it through the specific environment. 3 hours from now, in Miami, Florida, for example, which is 3 hours ahead of us, there is no sun in Miami, Florida. It remains here as a matter of documentation. That's how you're understanding the intent for California, the entire population, because there's no sun in San Francisco while it's remaining right here over Holiday Inn, reflecting off of a window, off of the hotel building, creating my shadow, my perpendicular shadows, which is a matter of video documentation in order to prosecute the mentally ill who are demon possessed. Group stalking in California. This is going directly toward the government that has no authority under the law, and it is all levels of government. This is criminal activity while they're walking, driving, in relevant position. They don't have a right to be at the gas station. They don't have a right to be in the parking lot. They don't have a right to be at the adjacent hotel. This is the government's criminal engagement in that P.O.C. having no warrant or probable cause whatsoever. You have a lot of people going to federal prison in, yet again, another city. It's 8:59 a.m. This is P.O.C. I'm going to document on podcast the people of the state who are going to federal prison, ongoing terrorism inside of my hotel room, maintaining that demonic environment, while a bunch of demons, Satan himself is hostile, and this is how you have a demonic occurrence, which is supposed to, and it does not, in fact, bear any reflection on the mind state of the targeted individual that's reporting group stalking, a fact in the United States. And my bed is engaged in ongoing isolated earthquake conduct, shaking while I'm sleeping in it. So I get up and I'm going to show you all the demons who are going to federal prison. This is P.O.C. It's currently 9 a.m.